術式順天青
Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome to Maximum Output Training. Welcome to week 2 of the training cycle. So for this training cycle, we're focusing more on the dynamic effort lower part for probably this week of the video. And for this variation, we're going with the low bar pause squat, just for the sake of it's harder than my normal competition low bar squat. So this is week 2 of variation. We're doing sets of doubles at 240 pounds. So depending on how I edit this video or how I film this video, it might be a quick video because I'm doing multiple sets for only like doubles, and then we move on to deadlifts for singles, and then multiple sets. So I don't want to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. So set 1, we're going to hit this now. Really trying to focus on a nice hard pause at the bottom, just to make things a little bit harder for myself, so I could be a little bit stronger coming out of the hole of the squat, and hopefully that has some carryover to my regular competition low bar squat. So set 1. Let's do it. Whew. That felt okay. Felt a little bit heavier than normal, or what I think it should felt like. But move on to the next set. I'll catch you in the next set or the other whatever sets. See how it goes. Ooh, feeling good though. So the reason I'm doing this variation for low bar pause squats is so hopefully I can be a little bit stronger coming out of the hole, which may or may not have said already. So hopefully that carries over to my regular competition, if I ever do compete again, to my regular competition style low bar squats. So what I've said in the past is I work with the variations from the weakest or the most uncomfortable all the way up to my strongest and the easiest. So that starts with the front squat and then working up all the way to my low bar squat, and then throwing the different pause variations in there. So low bar pause squat will be the final variation before I start, I guess, calling it peaking, mini peak, or just doing a pendulum wave of my low bar squats, and then testing my low bar squat to see if anything I did for the last 6-ish months had any carryover to getting my squat stronger. If not, it may have been a waste of time, but I enjoyed the process. So was it a waste of time? Who knows? I had fun training, but we'll get to the next set. I already did 2 sets, so set number 3, we'll get to it. Woo! It's moving. It's feeling good. Feel a little bit heavier than I thought it'd be, but it's moving good. On to the next set. Final set on squats. So the purpose, or what I gather, or how I interpret the dynamic effort days, is focusing on form, speed, and technique. That's what I think, I believe, especially if you use accommodating resistance. I'm not a West Side person. I've never trained there, but I do train the conjugate method in a variation of my own that I enjoy, and I still make great progress on it. I followed Massthetics for a long time. So Simon and Garrett, rest in peace, Garrett. Damn, that's the one, that still fucking hurts. Anyways, I followed their method for like a long time when they were still on YouTube. And then I did their template for quite a while and did my own like rendition of it. And then Simon came out with the kind of squat waves of going from the weakest and the one you're not comfortable with all up to the strongest and easiest for you. So I've done that a few times, made some great gains, and just kind of implementing it again, especially when I'm in a bulk and a surplus of calories. So really trying to focus on form and technique, not much on speed, because it is low bar pause, and I don't really do box squats a whole lot because I don't have a proper box to do just below parallel. And I don't know, it's just me. It's just how I do dynamic effort days. So the people that train hardcore, West Side, conjugate, true to style of Louis Simmons, fire in the comments if you do watch this. I get it. It's not true to how Louis does it, but this is how I do it. This is how I enjoy training. And I've done this for so many years. Not as much as all the other people that are hardcore conjugate users, but this is how I've done it over the years. This is how much progress I've made, whether it's slow or giant gains, but I enjoy it all the time. And then I did a rendition of it in the summer when I was cutting. So that was a little bit different. I was just really trying to get lean, trying to get shredded. But now we bulking, we're trying to get strong, trying to get big again. So this is what I've been doing. So going back to my roots in a way. Let's do it. Last set, and then we on to deadlifts. Weight's feeling good. It finally got a little bit easier as I got towards the end of my sets. So it's the final set. Last couple sets previous, everything moved a lot faster. Probably because I got acclimated. So maybe I just need to work on my warm-ups a little bit better. But usually that happens. The first 2 to 3 sets are kind of wonky. You're trying to get used to the weight in a way. But yeah, the last couple previous sets were really good. So hopefully this one, I smoke it. I would hope so. It's 240 pounds. Let's do it. Whew. That actually felt pretty good. Felt pretty strong in there. I think I went a little bit too long in the hole, but that's what she said. Anyways, that could hopefully do nice carryover, especially if I'm like stuck in the hole. But now we're on to deadlift. So I'm going to warm up, get to my working weight, and then I'll check in with you guys after that. All right, I've tried like 4 different angles just so you can actually see me entirely throughout the entire lift. We're doing sumo deadlifts right now after I finish my low bar pause squats. Sangle dangles at 355 pounds, focusing form and technique, and a little bit of speed, not in terms of trying to rip it off the ground as fast as I can, more in terms of setting up a little bit faster, setting my hands for hook grip, and then kind of ripping it off the ground, but not the speed of the bar is not the objective. It's my setup speed that I want to get a little bit faster. So this is like the 3rd set, because all the other angles that I've been trying to film for you guys was garbage, but I only have so much space, like I said in the previous video, in the basement. But we can do what we do. I refuse to get any special type of filming equipment just because I only do training vlogs for the time being. But hopefully in the future, I can expand my horizons on the camera gear. But for now, we'll do what we can do. Let's do it. Woo! These are not moving how I want them to move. I don't know what the hell does matter with me, but hook grip is just not agreeing with me today. So the idea of my deadlift and how I try to set up, or what I try to do now on my deadlifts, is when I set my hands, I take a nice deep breath in, do intra-abdominal pressure, push into my belt, take the slack out of the bar, and then I pretty much just drive my hips into the bar, and then that kind of makes that levitating, floating effect to the bar. You'll see it more when it's a lighter weight. And then from there, all I do is pretty much leg press off the ground and then drive my hips through again. So I don't know. It's just feeling slow today, and my thumb is being weird. I don't know. I just can't set my hook grip today. So hopefully chalking up does a little better job, and I can finish these last few sets for some singles, and I can actually show how good I feel with my sumos, if they're progressing or not. Whatever. Let's do it. Yeah, this one's going to be pretty good, I feel. There you go. That's how it should move. That's how it should have moved the first 4 sets. But for whatever reason, the last few sets have been moving a lot better. I just probably have to do my warm-ups a little bit longer for the actual exercise. Other than that, that felt really good. Hook grip felt good. Maybe I just need to chalk. Maybe it's a psychological or mental thing. I'm going to finish off sumo deadlifts, and I'll probably see you for the last set. And then we'll move on to our accessories. Man, I am dragging ass today. Whew, what a week. Let's finish these singles up. Oh man, just dragging ass today. It's only my second exercise, and these are supposed to be called speed pulls whenever you do conjugate. Apparently it's supposed to be done in 45 minutes, which I think is a load of crap. Who the hell finishes dynamic day with all those sets in 45 minutes? Unless you're resting for like 30 seconds. But that's different, I guess, when you do accommodating resistance at like 50% plus accommodating resistance, and I'm just using straight weight at like, I think it's like 70+% of my 1 rep max. Whatever, I don't care. Final set. Everything's moving a little bit better as it should. Feeling light. And then we move on to the lovely accessories, and hopefully I can just get that done and get the hell out of here. Yeah, I have nothing more to say. As the late Steve Cook used to say, last set, best set. He's still alive, by the way, if you're watching this. Steve Cook, I love you, man. Bring back Swolger Nation, bro. Holy crap, that just like shows my age for YouTube fitness. Last set, here we go. Oh, and that's that. That moved really, really well. Pretty happy with that. Nice little send off for sumos. And then we can finish off the training cycle for this week, and I'll probably deload and move on to the next training cycle, or depending on how next week goes and how recovery and rest is going, I might just extend the training cycle, or not extend it, just go back-to-back training cycles and then deload. So we'll see what goes. See how it goes. I can speak English. On to accessories. I'll see you there. All right. I say all right a lot when I do videos. No idea why. Maybe it's just my intro to everything, I guess. Whatever. Bodybuilding stuff, aka accessories. Hitting conventional stiff leg deadlifts. Just really try to build up the hamstrings and glutes, because I think that is a weak point, and especially a weak point for everyone else. So there's nothing wrong with having overpowered hamstrings, in my opinion, or glutes. But you don't want it to take over, or not take over. I just don't want anything to be a limiting factor, so I just build up everything as best as I can, try to keep everything even in a sense, kind of like bodybuilding aesthetically. So just build up everything, build as much as I can, and try to not leave any gains on the table. So whatever weaknesses I have become strengths, and usually for me, what I've learned in the past, it's hamstrings and glutes, mostly hamstrings, because in the past I skipped hamstrings a lot. Besides doing stiff legs, any type of leg curl or anything, I tend to half-ass, or I skipped. So trying to make up for that for these last few years, and hopefully that has nice carryover, especially to my regular conventional stiff leg deadlift. So bodybuilding, oh man, always kind of boring for me, but let's do it. It's for a good cause, right? Embrace the suck is what some people might say. Boring matters. Boring does matter, but you got to do what you must to get stronger and have results, right? Let's do it. Conventional stiff leg deadlifts, 195 pounds for sets of 10. Trying to focus on slow eccentric, just try to make things a little bit more difficult. Nice little stretch in the hamstrings. So let's do it. Stiff leg deadlifts. I'm not going to show all my accessories, but usually I would superset it with like an ab rollout. But I feel those have gone stale on me, so I'm switching to cable crunch. But I'm not supersetting with cable crunches because I'm using the weights I would normally or try to use for cable crunches. So strict sets, and then afterwards cable crunches, some glutes, I think, if I remember. My program's right there. I should know what I'm doing by now because I do the same thing every time. Hit some back, and then I'm done. I hope. I'll show you my next accessories if I decide to film them. I'll see you there. Well, I said I'd try to finish this within 15 minutes. That ship has sailed, but this is my second last exercise. These are hamstring extensions that I got from Dr. Mike Israetel. And I tried to, this is more of a new exercise for me since I don't have a back extension or a glute ham raise of some sort. So this is the substitute for all that. Hamstring extensions, I substituted these for leg curls, and I don't have a proper leg curl, so I was doing them banded for like the longest time. That went super stale because it was very boring, and I didn't get the benefit that I wanted to. Good for warm up, not good for trying to build my hamstrings. So if these look funky while I'm doing them, it's because this is like the third time I've ever done these. This style, not like how I did my Rubish raises with a back extension, but the idea is to get like the biggest stretch in your hamstrings while having feet so far in front that you can't like walk anymore, and then have weight in your arm, and then the range of motion is going to be short depending on your mobility and flexibility. But basically what I try to get out of it is push my hips back, drive my hips into the bar, and then that's pretty much the range of motion that you get. But you get a nice stretch in the hamstrings, which I never got from the leg curl. This is my last set, so I'm trying to like destroy my hamstrings here before I move on to my last exercise. Trying to really focus on neutral spine, but these just feel awkward because I'm not used to them. But let's see if I can get 12 here. See, the range of motion is just so 6, so short. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my god. Oh my god. Destroys my low back and the hamstrings. But yeah, those felt nice. I'll probably keep those in rotation for the longest bit. Try to get a little bit stronger on them, of course. And hopefully I can move up to like some sort of dumbbell. That would be lovely. But yeah, that's my dynamic effort day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And you can kind of see the insight into how I do my dynamic effort days. Nothing focused really on speed, more form and technique, and just trying to get stronger and my accessories / bodybuilding. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This will be dynamic effort day lower. And I'll catch you guys in the next video of whatever that may be. Maybe another dynamic effort day, maybe for upper or max effort day. I'll catch you then. Peace.